Today I'm going to show you how to install an inline water filter under the sink of a 2019 Revel. Install is pretty simple. Basically, I've got this 3M kit, which I'll link below in the description. We're going to want 2 adjustable wrenches, thread seal tape. The filter comes with these 3 number 2 screws for mounting. We're only going to need 2 of them. We'll want a Phillips head screwdriver, and then these 2 shark bite fittings, which I'll link below. Those are on Amazon. And then we'll want a drill to pre-drill holes for those number 2 screws. Here's the view under the sink. This is the top drawer, so the drawers are pretty easy to remove. Basically, in the tracks on each side there's a little plastic tab. You pull up on one side and push down on the other, and then just pull the drawer straight out. And you can see in here I've already removed the braided line fitting from the cold water source. Basically just use the two adjustable wrenches to back this guy out. And then what we're going to do is clean the threads here off of this fitting, and then we're going to remove this fitting and clean the threads as well. As you can see, here are the 2 fittings, the one on the braided line and then this one that was attached to that plastic piece. As you can see, threads are clear of thread tape, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this guy in thread tape. We're going to wrap this guy in thread tape, and then the male end of the brass fitting that we ordered off of Amazon, we're going to wrap that in thread tape as well. Alright, you can see we got the threads wrapped in thread tape. So first step, we're going to take this male shark bite fitting, and we're going to go ahead and screw it into here and tighten it up. Alright, now that we've got the male shark bite fitting snugged up to this bit right here, we're going to reattach it to the cold water source right here. Alright, you can see the water inside is done, so we're going to take this female shark bite fitting and attach it to the braided hose, which goes to the faucet. Alright, so this part of the install is done. You can see this is where the water will leave the filter and go up to the faucet. This braided line goes up to the faucet, and here is the source of the water, so that goes down to the pump, and this has got a nice little quick connect fitting up here, so the PEX that is included in the 3M kit is going to stick right into here, go through to the filter, then another piece of PEX is going to leave the filter and then connect to this guy right here. Alright, so this next step, we're going to want to take these 2 pieces of PEX that are included in the 3M kit. You're going to take the filter holder right here, and you can see here's the in and here's the out. So we're going to take a piece and stick it into the in. Make sure you push it in all the way. And then we're going to take the other piece, stick it into the out. And now basically our filter is going to stick under here. And then we've got this goes to our in fitting, and this piece goes to our outfitting. So now I've got the filter holder and stuck it underneath the sink. I got it in a spot right now that will allow us to stick the filter in. Make sure you test that before mounting the filter holder. And if you trace those 2 braided hoses up, you can sort of feel where they go into the sink, so make sure you're not pinching the braided hoses with the position of the filter, and then also make sure, or the filter holder, and then also make sure that when you stick the filter into the holder, either of those 2 braided hoses aren't in the way of being able to stick the filter into the holder. So now that we've gotten a good spot, I'm going to go ahead with a pen and mark the 2 holes where I want the screws to be. Got the holes marked, so I'm just going to drill the pilot holes there. Just before I drill the pilot holes, just wanted to show you this little trim piece that we're sitting in the side door. You can see the width of this little black piece that's equal to the width of the wall that you're drilling through. So I put a little piece of painter's tape on this drill bit just so that I don't drill all the way through. Now that I've gotten my pilot holes drilled, I'm going to go ahead and attach the water filter mount to the wall. Now that we have the water filter holder in place, we're going to go ahead and connect these Quick Connect shark bite fittings to the pecs. So this the pecs coming out of the left side of the holder right here is the in for the filter. So we're going to connect this right here to this guy. And then going to the faucet, we've got this braided hose right here, and this is going to connect to the out of the water filter holder, which is up here underneath the sink. So basically just follow that line, and that's right here. So we're gonna connect these two guys. So it's the same push fitting as what we have on the other end of the PEX line. So we're just gonna go ahead and push them securely into those brass shark bite fittings. Alright, got everything all connected. As you can see, this is the finished product. Cables are a little messy, so feel free to tie them down or wrap them with any sort of tape as you see needed in order to cut down on possible sources of rattles. Final step before turning on the water pump and making sure there aren't any leaks is to just stick the filter in. You just stick it straight in, and then it's a quarter turn clockwise. Now that we've turned on the water pump and confirmed that there aren't any leaks, the final step in the install is to run 10 gallons of water through the filter. Now that we've run 10 gallons through the filter, we're good to go. One thing that I wanted to mention, and I'll link to this Amazon item below, is basically if you plan on winterizing using an air compressor, I think this might be the same for running a standard winterizer through your lines too. You're going to want to get a bypass plug for this filter holder, because we don't want to run air or winterizing fluid through the filter. So I'll link below. It's basically you unscrew the filter and then you screw the plug in its place, and then that bypasses the filter completely. I hope this video is easy to follow, but if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments.